Welcome back to the Titanium Hangar. This is Mike. Today I want to talk to you about the Loyal Subjects Kinner M.A.S.K update, and it's mostly a mask update, a helmet update, but I'm going to go through a few things. We're going to talk about what they're doing with the secondary masks that are coming out, and then we're going to talk about all of the 3D spins they did. I really don't have the 3D spins, just took some screen captures of their 3D spins, and there's some oddities in it, but I will probably be able to explain that. I think I can explain that. Then we're going to talk about the one thing that they really haven't revealed. Like, my biggest question that's still kind of left on the table, packaging. We'll talk about this and more coming up. All right, first off, we're going to start with Brad Turner and his Hocus Pocus mask, and that's a pretty cool mask overall. I like it, but they're gonna be including a secondary mask, and the secondary mask is gonna have the effect, so whatever it does. And I think I can read off exactly what it does. I do want to say I'm not seeing Albert Parnello's site anymore, so there is maskforce.com, and Hocus Pocus mask projects false images. Now, I have a couple of questions about this. So this sort of blast effect that gets added to it, does it connect to either mask, the short mask or the long mask? Is it removable to connect to both? Is it going to be permanently adhered to the secondary mask? None of those questions have been answered. I looked through the comments on their Facebook. I don't see it. Here's the figure with the mask on and showing that it's got the effect going. And it's kind of strange. I really struggle with, are these actual prototypes, actual figures, or just still the renders? Just the way the mask looks, it looks like a render, but the figure looks like a real figure. And very interesting what's going on here, but I'm still super excited. Now, again, at the end of this, there's going to be an additional question that I keep getting asked over and over about this, and I will answer it. Next up, we've got good old Miles Mayhem. Bad old Miles Mayhem and his Viper mask. Protected by Viper, stand back. Do you remember that from the 90s? So this Viper mask spits a corrosive poison. And first appearance in the Death Stone, Season 1, Episode 1, where I used it. Now here's where I feel like the loyal subjects are going to get a lot of compliments from me, because they do listen to the fans and make changes, improvements. And I'm not sure if this is, they listened to the fans and wanted to give a little bit more in there, or this is one of the things they already had planned, because they had Easter eggs planned and some other things. But I would like to see that you can have the small little clip-on, but why not have an additional, like either a bar that would connect this one, or whatever, or a bigger one to go with it. That would be interesting down the road, maybe. And of course, here it is on the figure. And it looks kind of cool. It looks kind of fun. Again, I don't know if it's removable, and I don't know if you're going to be able to attach this to both of the helmets, especially this one, just the way it looks. And we're going to get into Matt Tracker and his Spectrum helmet, which actually I'm kind of curious, because I know it does everything. And what does Spectrum do? It creates a high-frequency radio interference. That's all it does. It does everything. It's like a Swiss Army knife of helmets, but that's kind of cool there. But looking at this, you see that it's projecting something out, but it's not really doing the job of doing anything for projected out 1.5 inches. Would be nice to clip something on there that could go a little bit longer, maybe. That would be cool. That'd be fun. Obviously, you get too long on it, then it's just going to fall down. But it's a cool idea and an interesting add-on. But it'd be nice to have more to it, especially at the price point they're commanding for these retail toys. Here it is on the figure. Doesn't look a whole lot different. Still have that question. I don't really need to ask it. Will it fit on both helmets, masks? But I think these look really good. Again, I want to see figure 2-packs again. I want them to redo every 2-pack that was made. Not all the color variations for different countries, but you know what? That's right in line with exactly what Loyal Subjects does. See, they like to put out the TMNT, same figure, 4 different colorations, add some different parts and pieces, call it something else, put it back out. they love doing that. It's really going to be hard to do with the vehicles, easy to do with the figures. Now, Bruce Sato, and he has his lifter mask and lifter on, and I think that this one would definitely do really well with having a much bigger lifter attachment. That would be awesome. Still, I'm glad they're doing it. I'm glad they're making the effort, and it's something fun to add to it. But with that, I'm going to actually, because the way they do the photos, I'm going to jump over to Matt Tracker and his Ultra Flash mask. Here's the Ultra Flash mask, and it looks like it's the exact same part that was used on the Spectrum mask. So the exact same little clear add-on piece, but I don't mind. And here's the other thing. I have no problem if they reuse these effect pieces as they go. That's not a problem at all to me, as long as they kind of make sense. Is that a problem for anybody else? Does it have to be a very special one for each one? No, I don't think so. Here it is with the masks on the figures. So this is the biggest reveal of the most recent, I guess it was last Monday. But I think it's cool. I think it's fun. It's exciting. But in the grand scheme of things, it's a very small detail. Let's look at the vehicles and these kind of 3Ds that they've done. We're going to start with Condor, and it's in the converted mode. All right, so my pictures are all over the place. So, sorry, or not really sorry. It's just I took a screen grab of these. It looks nice. This looks good. So, looking at this is almost exactly like the original one, and it's exactly what you expect. But it's $30. If you want to get an original vintage one complete, it's about $30. It's about the same price point. The only difference is the packaging, but we're not there yet. Here it is in the unconverted mode. Now, you're supposed to have blast effects that clip onto this, and it's supposed to do something different the original one didn't do. So there's something extra. That's what they said, or at least that's what John Warden said. So we don't know everything. They have not revealed all the little secrets, but that also makes me think they're further out in the production than I originally anticipated. And with that, they're able to still make changes at this point, which is a good thing in a way, because they're taking feedback from people. Why making a video like this? There's not a whole lot of people making a video today about this, so any feedback that I can give them would be awesome, which they're about to get some. Okay, first of all, we have the Thunderhawk here in the car mode, which is really weird because they got the spoiler up. Doesn't make any sense. Now, I'm wondering, if this is a render, that makes no sense at all, because this is not the correct mode. With the spoiler up, all of this, the wings, the door wings, and spoiler are on the same button mechanism, so that's curious. Will there be a secondary mechanism? Is this going to be something you have to do yourself? I don't know, but I would assume it's the same as the original. So that's one real oddity. The vehicle itself looks fine. It looks great. And then you start getting into the chrome. They're not chroming it. They're using a silvery paint. Maybe the paint will look good. Not as good as chrome, but still pretty good. Here it is converted, transformed, and notice the wing guns are spread out. And if this is the real deal, it's they just forgot to do it. If it's the original one. And notice that on this, they don't even have the stickers on the doors that are up. The stickers are on the doors when it's down, but not when it's up. There's just a lot of weird stuff that I'm seeing with this. But why are the wing guns not slid out? I mean, just a lot of curious questions they did with this 3D that doesn't make sense to me. At the end of the day, it could just be the people that did the 3D and all that stuff aren't experts, not subject matter experts here. But shouldn't you have your experts on it? Now, Rhino, and I forgot what they call, some weird name they made up about Rhino. So looking at Rhino, it looks good. And it does look shiny. Like all the chrome stuff looks chrome. I am hearing there's going to be an SDCC exclusive for $150 for this with chrome. Well, SDCC's coming up. These pre-orders for the standard ones come up July 1st. So is that SDCC of this year? You place your order during SDCC and you get it 2026? I mean, I'm curious about this. But if they were going to make this with one set which is silvery paint, one set actually chromed for $50 more, by the way, then it makes sense to still do it all in the same relative timeline of production, which is what X-Transbots does with their recolors, which is what New Age Transformers, they do with their recolors, most of the time. Here's Rhino converted, and it looks good to me. It's got the same sticker, and will be interesting when you get it in hand side by side, what sticker to sticker and all that kind of stuff. But it looks like they really tried to match the original exactly, and that is going to be a problem for some folks, which is a question we're talking about here at the end. But it looks good, it looks pretty much spot on, and it'll be fun to have minty new stuff. This is good old Switchblade, looking good. The color of the canopy is more purpler than the original, which this is where I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with the purpler, more purplish color hue than it's more pinkish for the original vintage. And I have a feeling the vintage one of this feels very fiddly. I feel like I'm hoping this feels more solid. More solid, and especially more solid in the chopper mode. Get to the chopper! You gotta get to the chopper. Well, the problem with the vintage one is the wings do not like to stay up because the little piece, tiny little piece of plastic easily breaks. And all you gotta do is manhandle it out once it's gone. I actually broke one as an adult because it was really rough shape, but the only thing good about it was the wings stayed up. And then I couldn't get the wings to deploy, and while trying to do that, I broke one. So hopefully they fix this, make it a little bit more solid, to where that's not a breakage point. And it would be awesome, really, if there was like a replacement part to include it. Which again, they're going to need to do something with their customer service on replacement parts for these, because a lot of people are going to misuse these and break them. I can foresee that already, but it looks as it should. Now, the one question about the packaging, well, actually, the multiple questions about the packaging. Multiple questions about the packaging. They already said it's going to be retro, but they haven't shown any packaging, which I thought would be the easiest part of this. Like, they would have revealed it. Now, I might be overthinking it because they need something to reveal each week to maintain hype. That seems to be what their plan is. Once a week, reveal something. Maintain some hype. And packaging will be one of the weeks in the future. Maybe. Will it say Kenner? Will it look exactly the same? Will it have 8 languages on it? Will it, all the stuff you have to comply with today, that's absolutely unnecessary. And I will put this out there as a marketer, as a marketing major, what they're putting on the boxes, it's the CYA, cover your A. They could put that on the instructions. They can actually put it on the inside of a flap. There's a lot of other things that they could do. But Hasbro putting 700 words on a box to cover their butt is one thing. Little Subjects hasn't really done that so much with their other packaging, but they're going to make it retro. How close to the original will it be? And I'm banking on that. I have not bought a Condor box or a Switchblade box, and I've had opportunities to, because I'm just going to use theirs. I hope it looks good enough. The Thunderhawk box is the one that I think most people want. I'm definitely going to have a sealed one of Thunderhawk and Condor, and probably open one to check it out, but I want a sealed one of those. It's one of those things that, will these appreciate in value? That's not even the point. The point is to feel like you have a sealed Kenner one, which is probably ridiculously expensive at this point. And with that, how close will it look to the original, and what all is going to be different on it? And will they show that it's got 2 masks in it? It's a lot of questions there, but then the biggest question about packaging is styrofoam. Will we have the styrofoam? And that's something for Rhino. I don't even know how many vehicles came with styrofoam, but I know Rhino did. I know I don't have it. And would I be able to transplant the styrofoam from theirs to my vintage box? There's a lot of questions I've got. It seems like I should be able to, but they're unanswered. Now, the last big question here is that almost everybody that's been requesting M.A.S.K to come back has M.A.S.K Series 1 in their collection. The people that are the most vocal about Kenner M.A.S.K and want Kenner M.A.S.K back are the same exact people that already have this stuff. So a lot of people have brought up the point that why would you buy the exact same thing again? Where are you going to put a second, and in some cases third or fourth, Thunderhawk? Where are you going to put another Rhino? Where are you going to put, well, it's probably easy to squeeze a Condor in. For me personally, I'm looking at it for the packaging aspect. I'm also looking at it just out of curiosity. But I want something different. And someone like myself who has a full, complete collection of the Kenner Run, I'm interested in some of the later ones, some of the later stuff. I'm interested in unreleased stuff, like the Shark. It'd be interesting to see what the Shark would look like. Interesting to see what the ramp up and all those Thunderball, is that what it's called? There's a lot of other things they can make, but why would I go double down and triple down on just rebuying stuff I already have? And again, it's the packaging. I don't have all of these in the package. My Thunderhawk box isn't the greatest. My Rhino box is just straight up trash. But it will be fun to have nice, new, crispy versions of the packaging. So for me, but I want to support it more for the vehicle, the figure 2-packs, and the unreleased stuff, the unreleased vehicles. Let me know what you think about this mask update. What do you think about the new masks? Getting 2 masks in each box. What do you think about possibly getting figure 2-packs? What do you think about possibly all the packaging, what it could look like? And are you at all concerned that they don't properly convert the Thunderhawk? Let me know in the comments below, like and subscribe. Happy Saturday, everybody. Happy Hanger out.